Alright, hello everybody, all my ones and ones of viewers. Welcome to something I just really wanted to do. I have been a fan of wrestling since I was a kid. I did take a break at one point, just because the storylines at one point kind of just lost me. It just wasn't as good. Came back in because of an old friend of mine, former friend of mine, I should say, my buddy Charlie. I say that for good reason, I won't get into it. He got me into it. We used to hang out. He's also a former bandmate of mine. We would hang out, watch Raw every Monday. It was a fun time. So I got back into it because of him, and I'm still into it. And God, I forget the name of the series I ran on the site, but I did have one, Break the Hold, I believe I called it. Just one or two articles I ran on there. I did some reviews on the site of WWE pay-per-views. Didn't really get much attention, but this is something I've wanted to do for a little while. And as you can tell, I am in the study. Like I said before, I recently moved, and the study's about as complete as it's going to get right now. I got tape right here. Let me get that out of there. Anyhow, that's not what this video is about. This video is about the Royal Rumble, and I'm going to make some predictions because why the hell not, right? Why not? It'll give me something to do because I am freaking bored today. The Rumble is actually in, a couple hours now? It's 4:21 Eastern Standard Time, yeah. So it's actually in a couple hours. I'm going to try and get this posted before it actually starts to see how I stack up, which is probably not all that well. So I'm just going to dive right into it here. I'm not going to get into, at least I don't think there's going to be any pre-matches. Might be. I think there's a qualifier, but I'm not too concerned about the qualifier for the Royal Rumble. Because the Rumble itself, I'm not too interested in at this point. We all know what's going to happen, but either way. All right, up first is the WWE Intercontinental Championship Last Man Standing match. Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens. Dean Ambrose, the champion, obviously. This is one of them I'm kind of interested in, but at the same time, I have no idea which way it's going to go. I'm going to lower this a little bit, simply because, well, look at who it is. It's Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, he is mini Lesnar. Let's just face it. He is mini Brock Lesnar. He could destroy Dean Ambrose if he really wanted to, if creative would allow him. But I don't think creative is going to let that happen. Dean Ambrose basically, he's the lunatic fringe. He doesn't care about himself. He doesn't care about his health. Who the hell cares? And that's the main reason why I think Dean Ambrose might walk away still holding the championship. But I'm leaning more towards Kevin Owens. I don't know, last man standing match. I think Owens is going to be written into it as just pure brutality. I genuinely think he'll be the one to walk away with it. Maybe one too many pop-up power bombs. I don't know. But I'm thinking it's going to end up being Owens, which could actually continue the feud for a little longer and open up the possibility of future feuds coming out of WrestleMania, because so far I don't really see anything going into WrestleMania being anything that exciting. Really don't. United States Championship, Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto. I genuinely don't care. I'm a fan of Alberto Del Rio. I was a fan of Kalisto when he was Sin Cara. I don't care about Kalisto. I really don't. Kalisto is essentially, crap. I had his name earlier, and now I can't think of it off the top of my head. That's pathetic. Rey Mysterio. Holy crap. I should know that. I don't know why I blanked on that, but they're essentially building him up as the next Rey Mysterio. Excuse me while I fix my shirt. And I don't like it. It's literally just they're picking up where Alberto Del Rio left off with his feud with Rey Mysterio. Even calling Kalisto the little chihuahua, it's literally what he was doing with friggin' Rey Mysterio. It's the same shit. I genuinely, I don't care. I don't care enough. But if I have to choose, which is the point of the video, I guess, I'm thinking Kalisto. Del Rio is over enough, and so is the Lucha Dragons. Lucha Dragons came over from NXT. I'm thinking they're going to push the Lucha Dragons because they seem to be more popular than Del Rio. So I give the win to Del Rio. He's already the champion. He's been the champion for a little while. Guarantee you, it's more than likely going to end up Kalisto. and then maybe in a rematch he'll drop it again to Del Rio, which is going to possibly lead to the Lucha Dragons going up against who is it? The New Day? Yeah, the New Day is the tag team champions. Possibly going up against New Day again for the title because WWE likes to recycle shit constantly. So we'll probably be facing one of those situations again. And speaking of, well, obviously, like I said, Kalisto is my pick for winning, even though I'm not a huge fan. I'm going to say it's Kalisto. But speaking of the tag teams, WWE Tag Team Championship, New Day, the champions, versus the Usos. Let's face it, the Usos. Let's just face it. The Usos are back. They're gaining a hell of a lot more energy, a hell of a lot more favor with the fans than the New Day as of late, and especially following the whole Francesca thing. Oh my god. I mean, New Day definitely is winning the crowd over at this point, now that they dropped the whole, they're preacher televangelist gimmick thing that wasn't a preacher televangelist gimmick. That, honestly, I think put a lot of people off as far as the character goes, and now with those three, having them just as nerds, basically. Internet nerds such as myself who like memes and... I can't say unicorns. I only like unicorns when they are impaling people or they are in power metal. And I'm not going to walk around with a friggin' prophylactic on top of my head like they do. I'm sorry. I'm not going to walk around with a dildo strapped to my head. That lights up, nonetheless. It's amazing. I love it. I love how oblivious the crowd seems to be half the time. Because I see people wearing the unicorn horns. I'm like, you're wearing a dildo. Take it off, kid. There are kids in the audience wearing it. I'm like, take it off. Your parents suck. Your parents fail. They're idiots. They really should. They should be fined, I guess, or something like that. Let your kid basically wear a dildo. Way to go, parents. Parenting win, I guess. But yeah. No contest. The Usos. That's how I feel. I mean, Xavier can get involved, probably. And more than likely will. I just see the Usos regaining. That's all. That's my pick on that one. And next is the WWE Divas Championship. And I kind of care. Kind of. I don't know how to put it. I kind of care about the championship match. Kind of. And this is why. It's Charlotte with Ric Flair backing her up versus Becky Lynch. This is why I kind of care. I like Charlotte. I think Charlotte is pretty good in the ring. Not the best. Obviously. I mean, I can't say she's one of the best divas. One of the better divas. She's good. I'm just so pissed off that they included Rick. I know he has a Legends contract and they want to use him, but it's pissing me off. Charlotte was doing so well on her own, and now they incorporated her daddy and basically just, now she can't do it without daddy. Why? Why did you do that to her? Excuse me. There is absolutely no reason whatsoever as to why Ric Flair has to get involved in every single match. And I'm hoping that's going to end after what they did on Raw to get this match to happen, where Ric Flair basically approved the match against Becky without Charlotte's approval. So I'm hoping for the sake of story and character development, they drop Rick entirely. Because when he first came out and he interfered in the match, I knew shit was just going to go downhill. And as a competitor, I think Charlotte has actually lost a lot of steam by having Rick come out. Granted, it's to just, I guess, remind people that Charlotte is Ric Flair's daughter, but at the same time, she's losing excuse me, she's losing her sense of originality, her uniqueness. I'm probably going to edit that out. She's losing... I can't talk today. I just can't. She's losing her identity. She's losing her kind of unique presence. I mean, she's not a Bella. She's not it's not AJ. AJ's not in there. She's not Paige either. She's not bad. She's just kind of middle ground. And that's one reason why I kind of enjoyed her. She was just there, able to throw her weight around a little bit. And that's what I like. I like a good gimmick, but at the same time, if you can't really pull a gimmick off, why bother? And it just seems like having Ric Flair there, WWE is forcing a gimmick on her that doesn't really need to exist. She can win on her own. She doesn't need daddy. This is the point I'm trying to make. So, but Becky needs to Fuck, what's the word I'm looking for? She needs to, I can't think of the word. Reclaim. She needs to reclaim her dignity, I guess is the way to put it. This will probably be the match that pushes her over the top more so. And personally, when Becky would go out there and she'd go, yeah, headbanging, everything like that in NXT, and then prior to the gimmick change to the steampunk thing that it is now, I couldn't stand her. She was good in the ring. Don't get me wrong, very good in the ring. I thought, anyhow. I thought she was good in the ring. Couldn't stand the constant devil horns. I couldn't stand the... I thought... It was... Years ago, I was talking to this girl online, and she go, oh yeah, I'm metal. I'm into metal. Oh, okay, well, what bands do you listen to? And it's like In Flames, Slayer, Testament, all that. I do a Google search for heavy metal, and that's like the first 3 results that came up on Google. I'm like, you're not friggin' metal. You're not impressing me. You're making me feel that you're just a liar. And then I started up the site, and this girl was like, oh, well, I write for this magazine. Oh, yeah? Well, what magazine? Oh, it's out in Erie, PA. You never heard of it. I'm like, yeah, bullshit. You don't write for a magazine then. And then we got to talking again at one point. I go to a concert with my then girlfriend, my fiance now. We go to a concert, and she's like, oh, yeah, I was hanging out backstage with the bassist. What was it? Misery Index, I think. I'm like, no, you're friggin' not. They weren't even fucking there. They were out in friggin' Texas. I can assure you, you were not hanging out with the bassist. Oh, he was there. No, he fucking wasn't. You're a liar. That is essentially what Becky Lynch was to me prior to the whole steampunk gimmick. And she's kind of come into her own now, and I'm actually enjoying it. She's dropped the devil horns as a fuck you, and that's what really bothers the hell out of me. It's a sign of respect. It's a sign of endearment. It's like, fuck yeah, you rule, that kind of thing. It's not fuck you. That's that's why I couldn't stand Becky Lynch. Now I do. And yeah, she needs to redeem herself. I think she's going to get the title somehow. I don't quite know how, but they're not going to give it to her. Let's face it. It's going to be Charlotte. Charlotte is going to have interference from her father. I don't know. I'm honestly, the more I think about it, I think I can see what they're going to do here. They're probably going to end the Charlotte and her father gimmick by having Rick interfere and cost Charlotte the match, giving Becky the title. And that's probably going to be a match that will go into WrestleMania for the title. And more than likely, they will drop the Ric Flair and Charlotte thing because they've already established repeatedly at this point Charlotte is Ric Flair's daughter. So I'm thinking now as I'm talking it out, I'm thinking maybe that's what's going to happen. I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess. Excuse me. And then we have what are they calling it? The WWE World Heavyweight Championship Royal Rumble title match. I don't care anymore. Since they announced that it's going to be Roman Reigns going up against 29 other people, I don't care anymore. They just completely ruined it. And they come out halfway through and said, oh yeah, guess what? This is a title match. I would have been like, okay, yeah, cool, this is okay. Now I at least got half of the friggin' Royal Rumble out of my system. Now we all pretty much know what's going to happen at this point. So I'm looking at the list of those that are announced already. We got Roman Reigns, we got Lesnar, and Chris Jericho. Those are the top 3. I guarantee it's going to come down to that. Sheamus. And given what they did on, well, it was Monday, I think it was Monday, how the Wyatts manhandled Lesnar. I don't know. You got Braun Strowman, you got Bray Wyatt, you got Luke Harper, Eric Rowan. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work. I know the Big Show is going in. So it's probably going to end up Braun Strowman versus the Big Show. Those are probably going to be the big 2 going at it until Lesnar comes out. And I've always wanted to see Lesnar basically just bench press and F5 the production truck. I think Braun Strowman is the closest we're going to get to him bench pressing and F5ing the fucking production truck. I think that is the closest we're going to get. And I hope to God it happens. It probably won't, given how they manhandled Lesnar Monday night or Thursday night. I keep wanting to say Friday. It's not Friday anymore. one of those 2 nights, it's probably going to end up being that route. So I don't know. We might not see it, but I hope to God we do. Let's see. We got, who else? We got Dolph Ziggler. I don't really care too much about Ziggles anymore. Ryback. The Ryback, he probably will be in for like 5 minutes. Stardust. The guy that plays Archer, whose name I can't think of off the top of my head, Amel. I guess they're continuing that storyline from what I read online, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why they're going to do it. There's no friggin' need other than, I guess, to promote another season of Arrow. Who the hell cares? And what happened to the storyline of Stardust versus Goldust? Whatever happened to that? Goldust wanted to bring his brother back. WWE creative. What the fuck? What happened to that storyline? Just abruptly ended. No one gives a shit anymore. It's Stardust, the new power metal, crazy Silver Surfer psychopath. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, fine. Stick with the goddamn storyline and fix this shit. I don't care about Stardust anymore. You got Goldust back. Use him as the friggin' Rhodes family crazy man, I guess. Because I enjoyed Cody Rhodes without this fucking gimmick. The only thing I appreciate is the power metal logo you guys gave him. That's it. Oh, yeah. I'm going to move on before I go off about this. And oh my god, the social outcast. This is the dumbest goddamn gimmick I've ever seen. So, Curtis Axel. Who else? Curtis Axel. I guess he's the only one of the outcasts. I can't even think. The one-man band I know is in it. Axl Rose. Drop the gimmick. Bring back Kruger for the love of God. And Bo Dallas. This is the dumbest. This seriously is the dumbest goddamn stable I've ever seen in my life. Oh, these four are not doing very well. Put them in a stable together. I don't know how to fix things. People will start giving a damn now. No, we don't care. We really don't fucking care. Give Axel a chance. I know this thing is probably shaking a bit. I do apologize. It's a very crappy floor. I have nowhere to set up the camera without it being shaky. But either way, no one gives a shit about them. Bo Dallas, you ruined him. I mean, he had a decent run at NXT as the NXT championship guy. You brought him over, and you just ruined the guy. And that's what I can't stand. They ruin the talent when they get called up. I didn't like Bo Dallas in the first place, but I got where they were going with the character. And I'm just waiting for the day he joins the Wyatts. I mean, it makes sense. Bray and Bo are actually brothers in real life from what I've read. And you can see the family resemblance. Have those two go at it. Have the two join together, be one with the family. Now that would be interesting, because that could very well lead to a clash within the Wyatts. And that could set up an awesome storyline of brother versus brother. You could do it as Bo fell from the flock. Spend 3 to 4 months trying to bring Bo into the Wyatts. Finally joins. Put him in for about maybe a year. Max 8 months with the Wyatts. And build it to where he was gaining more of a push than Bray. And Bray started getting jealous that the followers were following him and not him as the leader of the Wyatt family. And then have 2 of the members. I'm thinking Luke and it's a tough one. Not Braun. Luke Harper, and you know what? Bring somebody else in. Bring somebody else in to join Bo Dallas, the Dallas clan. And then have those 2 factions go at it. Have Bo Dallas, Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan. I think it was Eric Rowan that was built up to be this genius for a little while. Have Eric Rowan join him instead. We'll go with that. So Bo Dallas, Eric Rowan, and whoever the hell else, another person, versus Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, and Luke Harper. There you go. That's a feud, especially now with some of the Bullet Club people that they have. That could very well lead into some kind of giant clash with Balor Club, I expect it to be called. that could be very interesting. Not for this WrestleMania, but maybe next year's 2017. That could be a very interesting storyline, very interesting clash. That's just what I'm thinking. It would work, but they're not going to. Instead, just all right. Anyhow, getting back on topic. This is fantasy WWE right now, apparently. So we got that. What else? Where did I leave off? Yeah, I was talking about Curtis Axel. Axel, I liked him solo, and they just dropped the ball with him. Bo Dallas, I already covered him. The one-man band. Whatever. Keep doing your thing. No problem with you. I just wish you dropped the one-man band gimmick. It was just, nobody cares. Just get in the ring and wrestle. That's all. And Axl Rose, drop the gimmick. Go back to Leo Kruger. That's all we friggin' want. We want the Kravenov of the WWE universe back. We really do. He would do a hell of a lot better. I mean, that's why I think this stable was created in the first place, the Social Outcast. Because all of them are failing. Well, you're all fucking up the damn gimmicks in the first place, so just put them back to what they're best at. Why push for something they're not? But anyhow, getting back to it. Then you got Big E, you got Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods. New Day is in there. They're not going to last long because they already have a match. They've already got their time. They're going to be thrown out. R-Truth, dear God, quit writing him like a friggin' moron. I can't stand him. The guy is good in ring. He's actually, for a while, has been one of my favorite wrestlers. I thought he's very energetic. He's mic skills, but I enjoy the enthusiasm. I enjoy the energy. I enjoy the positive outlook that he had. I honestly thought he was gonna get a title, as my voice cracks. I thought he would get an actual title run. I'm talking lately, not in the past. I don't actually know if he did in the past or not. There was a brief period where, like I said, I wasn't following. It's the heater. There's a noise back there, and I keep thinking there's like a mouse in the wall or something like that in this place, but no, it's just the heater. Anyhow. I mean, just give R-Truth his common sense and some intellect back. I mean, really. Quit making him the stereotypical old school Looney Tunes blackface character. It's getting old. The racism of the character is just getting old. Stop. Titus O'Neil, him and Neville, they just teamed up. SmackDown, I think. Titus will throw out Neville. That's what I'm thinking. Break up that little companionship thing. And there's still 11 more. So my thought right now is, not only do I think this might very well break Roman Reigns, because if you saw on Monday or Friday, or both actually, he looks like he has energy, then he gets in the ring and he just looks defeated. He's got bags under his eyes, he looks worn out, he's tired, he's exhausted. They're basically doing to him what they did to Daniel Bryan, and look what happened to Daniel Bryan. Look what happened to DB. They screwed him up and pretty much threw his career out the door. I don't know. I'm thinking Daniel Bryan might be one of them to come back during the Rumble, but I don't think so. Because I know he was recently cleared by an external doctor, but the WWE doctors will not clear him to wrestle. They will not clear him to compete. So I'm thinking WrestleMania he'll come back, and honestly that would probably work out best. As much as I can't stand Reigns anymore, because he's basically another Super Saiyan. They're Super Cena. How about just leave him out? Because that's what happened with Reigns last year during the Rumble, I think it was. They brought him back during the Rumble, and they took all the steam out from Reigns. So I think that's the main reason why they're basically giving him Daniel Bryan's title match storyline from, 2 years ago at this point? You can't argue that. It is essentially the same thing. It's just some of the players are different. That's all. And they're really, things were kind of changed with Rollins going out on injury. But I can see how that plays out. This is what I'm expecting. Not all of the spots have been filled. Sheamus is in there, and he's listed as number 4 on the website that I was looking at, WrestlingInc.com. So he's definitely one of the high tiers because he had a title and now he doesn't. I don't. Oh, the Royal Rumble Royal Rumble qualifier includes Damien Sandow. Did not know that. That's interesting. That could be interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing Sandow in the Rumble, even though he'll probably be eliminated in 2-3 minutes. I likes me some Sandow. Okay, anyhow. What I was getting to is, you know, the League of Nations is going to come out and cause some mayhem. It's bound to happen. They're essentially the authorities' lapdogs right now. So what I'm expecting to happen will be, it'll get to position 23, about 23, and then the League of Nations will come out. Maybe even earlier, I don't know. But all except maybe Sheamus will be eliminated. And then Reigns will have held off. I'm not going to say all of them will be eliminated at that point. I'm going to figure maybe like 4 or 5 more in there. Lesnar just throwing people out of the ring left and right. And here's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Lesnar and Braun Strowman, they're going to go at it because now Lesnar has a beef with the Wyatts. And Lesnar will destroy. Lesnar destroy everything. Eat, sleep, conquer, repeat. I remembered. So it'll be those two. They'll fight. They'll feud. They'll kick each other's ass. And eventually, Lesnar will throw Strowman over the ring. At some point, prior to that, Triple H will come out. I can see him coming out. And he'll go right after Reigns, and the remaining members of League of Nations will also help. They'll beat him down. Lesnar comes out. Lesnar destroy. Lesnar eliminates most of the League of Nations, if not all. And then it's literally, I'm thinking, right down. I know Jericho's supposed to be in it, but I really don't care about Jericho. No offense to the guy. He's not going to win it. I'm not going to factor him in at all. So, they're gone. League of Nations kicked out, but they're going to hang out in the back somewhere. So it's going to be Lesnar versus Triple H versus Braun. And maybe Jericho in there somewhere. Like I said, Lesnar throws Braun over the top rope. I'm talking, Frick just throws him. Just throws the guy. There's no struggle. Literally throws him over and then, go like that on the ring. And then Triple H just comes out of nowhere and throws him over the ring. This could play out one of two ways. Triple H will throw him over. This is one way. And then, out of nowhere, Reigns comes up and throws Triple H out of the ring. He's the champion. Head into WrestleMania, Triple H versus Reigns. Because we all know it's bound to happen. Since Rollins is out injured, and I believe that was kind of the angle. He was going to eventually turn on the Authority. And I think that was meant to be the gimmick for WrestleMania in the first place. But I could very well be wrong. I don't know if that was it or not. I'm going off what the internet said. The internet has never been wrong before. Internet's never failed me before. But that's one way I'm thinking it's going to play out. And the other way, Triple H doesn't get thrown over the top ring, but he gets thrown out under the ring, and Reigns doesn't see it. Reigns, as I said, Lesnar throws out Braun Strowman. I'm talking F5 over the friggin' ring. Over the top rope. Just gone. Reigns comes up and knee right over the top rope. And Reigns does his thing. So he thinks he won. Triple H comes in. Tries to throw him out of the ring. He does, but Reigns catches himself. Triple H has his back turned. Spear. They fight. League of Nations come out. Kick his ass. And Triple H unceremoniously just throws him out. Why? Because Vince will come out and distract the ref. Let's face it. We all know there's going to be some sort of manipulation of the ref. And I don't know. I'm not sure how they would do it, but eventually Reigns would be just eliminated, and Triple H will hold the title. That or Sheamus was not officially eliminated yet, and Sheamus will either, with Triple H's help and the rest of the League of Nations, win. I don't see how that would actually bode well for WrestleMania because we all know what's going to happen there. Or Triple H wins, and he's the holder of the belt. He becomes the placeholder. Reigns from that point on just goes out and starts causing a ruckus. He's causing a ruckus. Until finally Triple H gives in and gives him a title shot at WrestleMania. But you're gonna regret it! So he kicks the shit out of him. Two of them, they duke it out. One distraction after another for WrestleMania. And I think this might be where either Daniel Bryan can come in handy if he's officially cleared. Come out and cause some mayhem himself to ensure that Reigns wins as a fuck you to Triple H for putting him through all of that, which caused the damage to his neck, which put him out for so long. And if that doesn't happen, I can see, if he's cleared by then, Rollins coming back, all white, and turning face, and taking it out on Triple H, playing it up as sort of a "you pushed me too hard" or something like that. Something. I'm getting my revenge. You screwed me. You took my title away. Got mad even though I was injured. Whatever. Thus, starting a long path to the rebirth of the Shield, possibly. I don't see that happening. So, yeah, it's going to be one of those ways, I think. Either way, it's going to be Triple H on top with the title, or it's going to be Roman Reigns with the title. One of those two are going to come out with the title. Leading into WrestleMania main event, Triple H versus Roman Reigns. And Reigns will come out with the title in WrestleMania. It has to be. And, that just opens up the door for more shenanigans, opens the door for talent to return as sort of a "we're sick of the authorities bullcrap" kind of thing. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. So those are my predictions for the Royal Rumble, which is, I talked about this a hell of a lot longer than I intended to. It's 4:53 p.m. now. I'm going to render the video and upload it up to YouTube. I'm probably just going to leave it as, even with the accidental whore comment. That was supposed to be her, but I slipped and said whore. Charlotte, you're not a whore. I do apologize. That was just a slip of the tongue. I've been suffering word salad lately. Tongue don't want to work either. So I do apologize, even though I'm sure you never see this. To the fans of Charlotte who might actually be watching and take offense to this, I do apologize. I haven't fully finished my energy drink yet. I had a cup of coffee, but still wasn't enough. All right, well, I'm going to end the video here. Those are just my thoughts. Feel free to comment if this is going to be on Facebook. Talking amongst my friends and other wrestling aficionados. Just keeping an eye on it. I'm going to watch the whole thing tonight. My fiance's at work, so she's not going to see it. We're going to have to watch it again, so I'll probably see it twice. I don't know if I'll do a follow-up video. I might do another video just to see how my predictions stacked up. But, yeah. Only other thing I have to say, I'm looking at the Royal Rumble qualifier. The Ascension needs a better push. You guys destroyed them. I don't understand why WWE creative, will take such powerhouses from NXT and just completely obliterate them week 1 or 2 and make them look like the weakest of the weak when they just obliterate and dominate NXT. I'm tired of it. They need to fix that. All right. Just a side note. APOC Plays is going to be coming back. Now that I have my study, I'm going to try and do a little more. I'm going to have more free time too, especially now following the move. So it's going to be more gaming. I'm going to try and do some more movie stuff, more metal-oriented stuff, maybe some metal reviews on here again, because it's been a while. I have some interviews lined up, a couple are phone, a couple emails. So the phone interviews will be loaded to the YouTube page and possibly to the SoundCloud page. I don't know. But we'll see. Take care, everybody, and I hope I'm right, and I hope everybody enjoys the Royal Rumble, and I sure as hell hope I can get some enjoyment out of it, because I'm not looking forward to it. And of course, if you... I'm paying, so it's not really going to help me any, but get on the not work. Rarely ever works for me on my Xbox 360, so I call it the not work. So get the not work right now for free if you're a new subscriber. Not a paid plug, it's just, I just wanted to call it the not work. We'll call it the not work in a while. Alright, take care, everybody, and I'll see you all in the next video. Enjoy yourselves.